gotta do my intro. I have a new intro. I don't have a new intro, but it's like a more streamlined intro. You've actually heard it already. Suck my dick. That's it. I just say suck my dick. All right, yeah. So what's going on, ladies and gentlemen? It's Take It Slow, aka Angry Porto Clancy. You guys know the drill by now. And joining me today is my boy Tiki Taco.
It's me.
I'm not a taco. So yeah, we're just going to be talking about Fallout 76, and the big rumor that's going around is that it's multiplayer. And what I immediately thought of when I heard that was, what's your favorite line, Tyler?
Uh,
Oh God, I put you on the spot.
I, I can't do single player games. I need to do multiplayers. Is that what we're looking for?
No, no. The famous Tiki quote is, "Playing with friends always makes the game better."
Oh yeah. Yep.
And so while I was a little nervous, no doubt, if they do it right, like, cause what's one of the things you always tell me when you're playing Fallout 4?
This would be a lot better if I had somebody to talk to.
Yeah, you're like, oh, I love this game, but it's fucking boring because I just have this dumbass companion running around. And like, I think 4 or 5 players would be okay, but I think the ideal scenario would be a very integrated, even more so than Far Cry 5, two-player co-op.
I would personally love to have, a smaller multiplayer experience with a Fallout game.
Mm-hmm.
From what I've heard, they're saying things like, "Oh, it's going to be basically a copy of Rust," which, I mean, I don't think that they would go that route because Rust is already a thing.
Yeah.
If you're just gonna slap a new skin of paint on it, it's not really gonna be all that good.
So I'm not too familiar what Rust is. Tell me about Rust?
I mean, I haven't seen too much of it, but it's like an open world sort of survival game with a whole bunch of players. You build a sort of house or structure, and you try to gather resources and stay alive and stuff. And you can sabotage other players by destroying their house when they're away.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Um,
So would you say it's like more like a PUBG, Fortnite? Is it that kind of thing, like a battle royale,
no,
or is it more like an MMO,
it
sort of in
has it
between?
has that sort of like it's a persistent thing. So you like Ark Survival Evolved, kind of
Mm.
like that too.
Okay.
I think, but
Yeah, like, and so what I wrote down is what I don't want from a multiplayer Fallout is, yeah, it is some sort of persistent open world with, like, I don't want an MMO. I don't want a bunch of naked idiots running around on motorcycles screaming, "Ah, fuck you, noobs!" and, like, with dumbass names like XXX, go fuck yourself, lol, XXX. And like
yeah,
that to me would be the most immersion breaking. Like, people complain already about Fallout 4 not being in the spirit of Fallout because of how watered down the RPG mechanics are, and I think people like that are overreact, but I get it. But I think if Fallout 76 is Fallout MMO, I would be very upset. I don't want that. Totally ruins the wasteland, in my opinion.
yeah, because there's too many factors of because people love to ruin other people's fun.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. And then, yeah, going off what I said earlier about the battle royale, that's another thing I don't want. I don't want this to be Bethesda Game Studios' answer to Fortnite, answer to PUBG. It's like, oh, we can do battle royales too. Here, build a base, and here's we got a radiation storm, creeping in on the map, and like, I don't want another battle royale either. That to me is also very much not in the spirit of what Fallout is.
Yeah, I don't think that they'll be doing a battle royale style. I mean, that just seems ridiculous.
Yeah, yeah, but
Uh,
it's tough, right? Because we're sort of the people on the ground that end up actually experiencing it. But you wonder sometimes if the devs and then the publishers looking at this from like a 50,000 foot view, saying, well, what's hot right now? What's making a lot of money right now? Can we cash in on that? So
but didn't they start developing Fallout 76 like 2 years ago?
I don't know. I don't know. I was totally blindsided by it a couple days ago when it was announced. So I mean, yeah, the ultimate answer to all of our questions are going to be wait till E3 in a week, right? But
Yeah.
um, yeah, this is sort of that Goldilocks time between the initial teaser and the full reveal where speculation runs wild. Like, I remember I released the other video the other day talking about how this is this a return to the RPG roots? Are we going back to like a more a truer role playing game, or but then it turns out yeah we have this multiplayer component. So I think the ideal scenario is both, right? Is a return to the RPG roots, but having a really seamless, non immersion breaking 2 player co op. I think that's the ideal.
I mean, they may even go as far to be like it, because the leaks have been that it's going to be a lot more focused on the RPG thing. So they may even, put it down to like 4 or 5 people,
Mm-hmm.
and then you could, each have a specific role in the group.
Yeah, that
Um,
wouldn't be bad either.
yeah, because from what I heard, it's going to be more focused on the RPG mechanics, and it's going to be more focused on base building stuff.
Yeah.
So I could totally see them if they're going to do a multiplayer with it, and if there's going to be a multiplayer component, they may just do like a 4 or 5 player. It might even be like a dungeon crawler stuff, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like get all your gear and go into a dungeon. God, what's the name of that? Like Destiny style.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Hmm. It's tough, right? Because I think I would enjoy that too. Yeah, I guess I guess I don't even know what I really want. I definitely want an RPG, but then like we said at the very beginning of this, playing with a friend or playing with and yeah, I just linked you something in Discord that I'll put up in the video, and I'll link to where I found that too. But yeah, someone found that on this Unstoppables board game that was in the trailer, it says up to 5 players. So, I mean, that could just be flair for the video, for the trailer, but you wonder if everything that's in that trailer is there for a reason. Then yeah, is this them telling us it's going to be up to 5 players? Yeah.
Even see where it says. Oh yeah, there it is.
Yeah, it's like
Up
it's a
to five
little
players.
hard to read. Once you see it, it's pretty clear. And then on the side of the box, you have all 5 of these characters. Yeah, if
Ah.
as long as we can create our characters too, that's another thing. Like I don't want to be playing any stock character. Like as much as I liked Warhammer, like I don't want to be playing. I don't want to be playing Grognok the Barbarian class or whatever. So, but yeah, I mean, I guess another question too is how are they going to integrate co-op if it is 2 to 5 player? Because I know one of the biggest complaints you had about Far Cry 5 was that for as good a job as they did, you still weren't really able to progress at all while you were in my game.
Yeah.
And that would be a bummer if Fallout 76 is the same thing. If you literally like as fun as it would be for you to play as Preston, right? You'd still probably
Yeah.
want your own leveling path too.
Personally, I wouldn't care as much,
Yeah.
but in obviously I think most people would. Just because for me, playing games is I find enjoyment in just actually playing games with people.
Mm-hmm.
I don't need to personally progress to get my fun out of it.
I
Like I didn't need to in Far Cry, didn't need to have all of the stuff. I didn't need to progress all of the stuff, but you know, when you only have 2 guns and it'd be a lot easier to have 4 and an extra health pack, right? So I can take a little bit more damage. I had to progress a little bit,
yeah.
but ultimately I didn't need all of it.
I guess like I already said, it's sort of just gonna be wait and see in a week. But yeah, those are the things I don't want. I don't want an MMO. I don't want a battle royale. I don't even really want a survival game with base building mechanics but has no story and no RPG leveling mechanics. Fallout to me is always going to be or always should be an RPG. So as long as they maintain that integrity with 76 but introduce co-op, and if they do it well, then I think it's going to be a really good turn or a really good addition to the series. I don't know if I'd want that to. I don't know. Like if they did a really good job, I think yeah, I would want that to be in Fallout 5. I would want that to be in Elder Scrolls 6 because yeah, just like we said at the very beginning of this, games are always more fun when you play them with someone else, right? So,
Exactly.
or at least that's sort of our philosophy.
I honestly, if I'm taking stock of all the things that I've heard, it's it may be akin to like Destiny, like that kind of style of gameplay. Like it's still a first person shooter, but you have classes and you have roles. And I mean, it's probably not going to be an MMO, right?
Yeah, hopefully not. That's such a big commitment. And they
So
already have Elder Scrolls Online. So I guess if we're being logical about this, we can probably rule out the MMO.
yeah. So I mean, if it's not going to be an MMO, you could still have like, sort of dungeon crawling aspects like in Destiny. And I don't know, you just sign up for it somewhere, but otherwise the whole world will be yours. Yeah,
The world is
maybe.
yours. The world. Yeah. Oh yeah.
I mean, if I mean, saying that out loud, that sounds like it. I don't know. I don't think that would be a good way to implement co-op. Is like, oh, okay, well, I'm gonna go into this vault that has a bunch of, pre-scripted enemies like you would in a dungeon, like in WoW, and I'm gonna sign up and hope that somebody else is, ready to go in there with me. I think that would suck. I don't know how you could implement that in a way that works and then keep them out of the world when you go back to your single player stuff. I don't think that would even be compelling.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
It's not an easy thing, game development, right? And we sort of, people are sometimes a little too picky, I think. But
yeah, I mean, I'm excited as heck.
no, yeah, a co-op Fallout with your ass would be awesome. I love that shit, especially for
Yeah,
like building bases and stuff.
yeah. I mean, I still haven't finished Fallout 4. Uh, I mean, I get closer and closer every time, but I'm still ultimately not very close.
Just jumping back real quick, people are thinking that this is dropping in July, which would be fucking soon and crazy. Todd Howard, who's the lead at Bethesda, says he wants the smallest window between reveal and release, so that would fall in line with that philosophy.
I mean, I remember when they released Fallout 4, they had the press conference announcing the release. They said it was going to be in like what, 2 or 3 months?
Yeah, it was in October, November. I think it was November, but yeah, it was I can't remember what E3 what month it was that year.
It's like they hadn't revealed anything about Fallout 4 yet. And then, oh, hey, Fallout 4, by the way, like 2 months.
Yeah, it was a little longer than that. It came out in November, and E3 that year was, yeah, it was June 16th. So okay, so that was still like 4 or so months, but at the time we have to sort of like go back and remember a little bit, like that was really short then, and that still is really
Yeah,
short, right?
absolutely.
But yeah, if this thing dropped in a month, that would be nuts. Ugh. That'd be exciting and like, okay, here we go. I almost want more time to get hyped, but fuck it,
You,
let's
you,
do it.
I really feel like you need to. Like, how are you going to be able to take time off of work to be able to do that?
Right.
I wouldn't be able to get time off of work in if it dropped in July.
So selfishly, we want it to drop later. Gotcha. Shit, man. Well, yeah, that's really all I got. You got any final thoughts? Any closing thoughts from the Tiki Taco?
I hope that they go in a fun direction with it and really try to implement more multiplayer and co-op. They're gonna need to be smart about it, but I think if anybody can be smart about it, it's gonna be Bethesda. They're pretty excellent when it comes to their game development.
Yeah, I think a lot of people who give Bethesda shit are sort of spoiled, in my opinion, and they don't really look at like other companies, but EA, Activision, that just like to
Yeah.
release some of the worst crap and treat their player base like shit. Like Bethesda is, their games are buggy, but you can't say that they don't love games and aren't making games for the right reason. So
Yeah. Their hearts are in the right place
yeah,
and they make money at the same time.
yeah, right. You can do both. You can make all the money and make people happy. You don't have to make all the money and then screw people. But
Yeah.
that's another video, right? That's a whole nother podcast.
Yeah.
Word. All right. Well, thanks for joining me, Tiki Taco. And
As always.
yeah, we'll be covering Fallout 76 more up until release, and if it is co-op indeed, then you'll be seeing Tiki Taco a lot more. Yeah.
Yes, please.
Yes, please. All right, guys. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.
Peace.
Take it slow.